Jules. Thor Christian Carlson put together his list of free agents. Ooh. The man is, of course, former director of football at Monaco.
Scout, everything.
Scout. He knows his onions. He
knows his stuff.
Let's rattle through this.
Yeah.
And let's create a Gab and Jules official buzzometer by how much interest and buzz there's going to be around these players in terms of how big a story there's going to be in the summer. Okay. Starting at the top, Wilfried Zaha, Crystal Palace. I don't imagine he's ever going to leave, but apparently he might.
Yeah, out of contract, as we said, because he's a free agent.
These are all free agents.
They're all free agent. 30 years old. I would give it on the buzzometer 2 out of 5 because I think there's interest. I think there's clubs who would be interested. He's got this profile as a winger with the skills and the pace and everything. That I think would interest a few big clubs.
2 sounds about right to me. Do you want to take the next one?
Yeah, it's Ilkay Gundogan. Now we know he will leave City in the summer, which I think is a big loss. There's heavy links to Barcelona. Don't know how they could sign him now, but what do you think?
I'm not sure Barcelona need him, or he would be a fit. Obviously, there's age issues.
I would take him at PSG every day.
Yeah, weirdly, I feel like the buzz meter is only a 3 on this one. I don't feel like this story, given how important he is, and what a good player he is.
Right.
I don't feel like this story's really taken off. Roberto Firmino, or Bobby Firmino, is the guy singing the song. His time at Liverpool's coming to an end.
Yeah.
Legend, getting older, wants to leave.
Older. Yeah, wants to leave, will leave. I think the fact that right now it looks like more MLS or the Saudi League are the ones after him. I think it gives you an indication, not by his talent, of course, but maybe where at the stage he is in his career, fitness-wise as well. I would give him a 2 on that buzzometer, but I hope he finds a place where he's happy and can enjoy his football and still be very relevant.
Exactly. Really nice guy. One of my favorite players. Really intelligent player. He's made this decision. He could obviously play in Europe. If he wants to Saudi, MLS, maybe back to Brazil. Who knows?
Yeah. Oh, one of my boys, Adrien Rabiot, Paris born and bred, of course, out of contract at Juventus this summer. Could he stay? Could he leave? Could he come to England? I mean, I'm buzzing for him, so my buzzometer would be high on this one.
Yeah, my buzzometer is maybe a 3.
Yeah.
And look, he's had a tremendous season this year. Obviously, key man for France and World Cup and whatnot. However, those lingering doubts about his mom and his personality.
Come on, he's showing you this
those
season.
Those are going to be around. Those aren't leaving right now.
On.
He's going to be looking for a big pay. Okay, maybe I'll bump it up. I'll bump it up to a 4. I think there's a lot of teams that he can help if we get this season's version of Rabiot.
Yeah.
Next up, Youri Tielemans. This is one where 2 years ago I would have said
love him.
all in.
Not so much anymore. Buzzometer really low here. I mean,
I feel like he's been injured. Nobody's talking about this.
He's not playing. When he plays, he's not good. I mean, he scored a couple of amazing goals. That's all he did this season. I think there's still a player, and he's a good age as well. So I think if you're a smart club, there's something there maybe. I think it's just a shame how...
If he regains his mojo, he's a top 10 central midfielder in the Premier League. But right now, buzzometer, 1.
1, yeah, for sure. And what about Evan Ndicka from Frankfurt? The friend, again, one of mine. Paris born and bred, left-footed, tall centre-back. I think really, really good. I think he's got great future ahead of him. I don't think that the contract extension talks with Frankfurt went anywhere. So he's there. I think if I'm a big English club, I go for him.
Yeah, would make sense. You love your left-footed centre back. It's kind of like the poor man's Bastoni, isn't he?
Oh,
without the crossing. I think right now the buzzometer is a 3 and rising.
Yeah, I agree.
Because they're doing the rounds. They're putting his name out there. Obviously, we've had the Liverpool link, but there are other links out there too. Definitely on the rise. Marcus Thuram, who we talked about on the Gab Juls Show.
Yes.
Your boy. They come out and said, Roland Virkus from Gladbach, saying he's definitely going elsewhere.
He is, and I think he will have a lot of clubs he can pick wherever he wants to go, whether that's in another German club, maybe in England, in Spain, maybe in France. I think PSG. He was not born in Paris, but he's Paris born and bred still, because he arrived really, really young and went through all his football education in Paris.
Was he born in Italy?
I think he was born, in Parma.
Why don't we naturalize? That's too late.
No, leave our players alone. So yeah, buzzometer for me is super high because obviously, I'm fond of the Thuram family overall. And I think there's a really good player there. versatile, can play centre forward, can play wide. Yeah, go and sign him if you're an English club.
I'm going to give it a 4 on the buzzometer.
Yeah, I agree. And then finally, the GOAT, Lionel Messi, is potentially also out of contract this summer.
Potentially, he is out of contract.
Well, yeah, he's out of contract, but he might sign by then an extension. But for now, he hasn't, so...
The buzzometer is a 5,
of course,
because it's Messi. I don't think it's a 5 because people think they're getting the Messi from 5 years ago.
No.
He did just win a World Cup, lest we forget.
Yep.
What I think is humorous about this is the Inter Miami are convinced they have him. Saudi are convinced they have him. Paris Saint-Germain are pretty confident he's going to stick around. And Laporta keeps saying, the door's always open.
Yeah.
At Barcelona. Maybe I'm going to get a 5 because it's Messi. I think it's just such an interesting thing. He's got so many options. I wouldn't be surprised if something else comes out of the woodwork as well. I'd love it if he went back to Barcelona and took Enriquez Negreira old job as a consultant. No, just kidding. Just kidding. We kid because we love.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.